Hi, I'm Tim Church. I'm a master coach with Freemotion Fitness, and today it's all about LiveAxis. See, I've been training for about 20 years. I've been coaching other trainers for 10 and traveling the world for continuing education credits for the last 7 or 8, and here's what I know. There are very, very few innovations, true innovations, and game changers in this industry. Well, Freemotion in 1999 was just that. They came out with one bold yet simple observation that in the gym we're training in just one line, one plane of motion. In the real world, everything fun, everything that puts a smile on our face is lateral and rotational. And so Freemotion came out with that cable system that allowed us to play with all those planes of motion and truly train the way we move. Today, LiveAxis is that next game changer. And I'm excited to show you the difference in where LiveAxis picks up where we have left off the last 30 years in the industry. So in the gym, the #1 goal used to be hypertrophy training. How big can the bodybuilders get? And that's who filled our gyms. But today, look around, that's not who's filling our gyms. That's not who's paying our bills. The ones who are paying our bills, the ones who use our equipment nowadays, are the busy professionals, the stay-at-home moms. They're the ones that want to play with their kids better. They want to play golf a little better, tennis a little better, compete on the field and in business. And those people, they need something that gives them function. They need that cable-based system that allows all those angles and ranges of motion, right? And so LiveAxis, it marries the two. The traditional pump that you got from the fixed isolated equipment because of that LiveAxis, and then also that versatility of both lateral and rotational movement and ranges of motion that cable-based training gives you. And so guys, I brought Cody in to show the experience on LiveAxis. So Cody, if you will, very simply, it's grab and go simplicity here. Grab the handles, take a half step back and just pull. That's it. There's no seat, no adjustment, ADA compliant. You can pull a wheelchair up here and use it. It's most importantly unintimidating because there's nothing to adjust. Grab it, pull. You can see how much movement we get through the scapula, the mid-traps, the rhomboids. This whole chain is working because we have ground force. There's no seat there. What you'll also notice, and Cody, take a half step back. I'm going to show you different positions. You'll see the axis point changes. The line of resistance is changing to match the resistance and the peak contraction that it has not only in the arms, but in the mid-back in this case. And that's the secret to LiveAxis. That's why the muscle contraction is gonna be at its peak in the right spots. You're not gonna get any dead spots like you do with dumbbells or some traditional machines. The other thing you're gonna notice is cable. Even before LiveAxis, we've used it because it decreases joint pain, right? It's easier to get in and access like this is. It also increases strength and it's safer. So Cody now is going to demonstrate just the versatility and where you can stand in relationship to the equipment. A little bit closer and you'll see as you pull, that basic pull, you'll see the access point and the line of resistance is staying down lower. Both are correct, it's just different where you're going to see that resistance. Now stepping back, you should see and feel a much bigger contraction in those mid-traps and rhomboids, right, Cody? Right. Perfect. So let me show you again here with a bicep curl. So step forward again, Cody. Another basic one that feels so good on LiveAxis. As he comes up, though the cable is forward, not letting him rest at any time, no dead spot here, but if I back him up just a little bit now, what you can see is he has to fight right there where the bicep peaks is where he's gonna have to now fight the hardest and therefore getting the most pump out of that equipment. At the same time, when it pulls you forward, he's going to contract these muscles to stay upright. So again, incorporating functional fitness in the most basic of movements. So now Cody, let's have some fun, right? Because that's what we do in the gym. So now we're going to take away just one side. Just let go of that handle. Good, and for here, let's get into a split stance. There you go. And just with that left hand, now you're going to pull. Great, and now what if you pull head and chest up and rotate? Excellent, why not? This is the way we move in the real world, right? So this is the way we need to strengthen our bodies. Cable training lets us do it. LiveAxis gives us the bigger pump for it. Perfect, now facing me, put both hands on. And we're gonna take just in that sweet spot, that power spot in all rotational sports, whether it's martial arts, tennis, or golf. Right here's the impact position, just a small little explosion here. Come up on that back toe, right here, up on that back toe, good. And you can see that now, look at the line of resistance. Where does the power need to go when we're hitting a ball that way? And just hold it out there, Cody, hold it out there. You can see that that line is going straight down where the ball, where the power needs to be delivered, whether, again, it needs to be in a punch or it needs to be on the tennis court or the golf course. I'm gonna have Cody demonstrate some compound movements here. So Cody, if you will, grab both handles again. This time what we're gonna do is just introduce both a squat, lower body, and a row. Just squat and row, stay right there, stand tall. Good, squat, row, release, stand tall. Keep going, Cody. And so what we're doing by adding compound movements, using lower body, core, upper body all at the same time, that's that peripheral heart action, raises the heart rate, increases that calorie burn that we get. So those of you that are taking your clients on the HIITs training or metabolic programming, this is where you're gonna start, because it gives you the biggest bang for your buck when you can isolate those muscles but integrate it into that ground force. And now, Cody, as we all do, we got to take it to another level, right? So now it's going to be ballistic. So we're going to increase even more. A little hop from one side, hop to the other. Good. And just keep it going. Little by little, we'll pick that tempo up. That's it. Because again, the versatility to go from isolation to integration is what Freemotion's always been about. And LiveAxis just extends that to the next level of training. Perfect. How about one more real quick? Let's release one hand, keep the other one. You're gonna raise the right knee and pull with the right arm. Now lunge back and reach forward. Good, so again, I have single leg, I have balance, I have strength, as you can see here. And lower body and upper body moving at the same time, so I get that metabolic burn. Guys, you have to experience LiveAxis and taking your clients to the next level. This is what it's all about. So while Cody demonstrates the bicep curl, I want to talk a little bit about the third-party research with EMG test that suggests an equal or greater pump, an equal or greater muscle contraction with LiveAxis from that traditional fixed isolated equipment that you've been using for so long. And so what that means is the client's going to see the results, get the results faster. Here's the key, guys. Get results, they come back. Get results and have fun, and they bring their friends. That's our fitness business. The safety of cables we've known forever because our body has natural safety valves. Back up just a little bit. We're going to peak this just a little bit more. If on any position his elbow or his shoulder has pain, with cable, he can move out of that position instantly. Just like putting your hand on a hot burner, intuitively you draw it back. Well, when we're in fixed steel, it's not that safe because we can't move out of position. It's a steel rod directing that angle. And that's what I love about LiveAxis and I love about cable training. The absolute safest spot that you can put not only a brand new client, but an elite athlete like Cody here. Now Cody, step back one more time because I think those biceps just haven't had enough yet. And that's where you see it. That's that muscle explosion, that peak contraction that we're talking about right there. So now let's talk progressions, modifications, program designed for the clients. Who's right for which exercise? Here's how I like to start. For the brand new person in the gym, Cody, if you'll grab both handles, you always start simple and progress to the complex. You always start with isolation, then work to integration. So we'll start with a basic pull. Cody's gonna pull back, simple, nothing complicated, great squeeze back here. As he gets comfortable with that, and this is a progression over, it could be days, it could be months, we're gonna add single arm, just one side. Yep. Then the other. And these small ones are the key to training progressions. Good. Now hold both of them back. And now one arm, release, back up. The other arm, release, back up. So I have a constant contraction on one side the whole time. Perfect. So we want to be able to isolate. We want to be able to go unilateral before we start adding rotation, right? Cody, so now just add a little rotation when you pull. Both arms out. You're going to pull this side and just look towards me. Perfect. And then pull, look away. Excellent. One pull, it's a little rotation. Now we want to make it dynamic. So he's progressed months in. Now we're talking about more calorie burn, more function, make you more active on the field. So Cody, both hands, you're going to squat down. And then when you stand up, you're going to give it a pull. Good. And squat down, reach, stand up, pull. Excellent. How many times do we reach in the trunk, grab the groceries, and pull it back as we stand up? Good. Now, Cody, if you will, put both feet face me. Good. Now you're going to squat and release to this side. Good. Stand up, face me, little pull, little grin, because it's always fun when we're functional training, right? Pull. Good. So more times than not, we're going to sit, we're going to reach, grab the kids out of the car, turn and rotate. Perfect. Face straight forward. And now drop one. Good. And now what I want to do is you're just going to add that squat hop with the row. So now we're just going to build it up and make it dynamic. Good. Hop, squat, row. Hop, squat, row. Perfect. Now in one single session in program design, it is absolutely reversed the other way around. We want to start with the most complex, the toughest exercise that Cody can go through. As he fatigues, as the nervous system fatigues, we can always go back and isolate. So Cody, now just stand tall and give me a strong pull. So now's the time when he's fatigued, the heart rate's up, the nervous system is trashed. I can now add a bunch of weight and still just grunt and pull and get a lot of isolation out. So think about, in program design, from day one of a new person to 6 months later, how we progress, it's just the opposite in a single session. We start with the most complex, work our way back, and we can isolate towards the end of the workout. And that's program design and progressions for you on LiveAxis. Great, so I get the question, why LiveAxis when I already have the Genesis line? And I'm glad you asked as well. So LiveAxis fits that space, as Cody's going to show you, where it has full function, but it's simple to engage and use, much simpler, much easier than the traditional fixed isolated line that your grandfather probably used in the gyms today. So you'll see the squat and the chop here, the rotation, the hips, the core, the arms all moving together as one, right? And now maybe one that we haven't seen before. Facing this way, Cody, hold on with your right hand. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a lunge with an overhead press. Lunge, overhead press. Excellent. So as that cable moves along with him, notice it rides up. It's not hanging way down here by his hips, as now we have that push motion that comes up and stays off the shoulder, so we don't have that nice rub mark that we sometimes get from older traditional equipment. So where we position LiveAxis is that line that just makes sense, A, B, C, D, like any other circuit has always been, but in a full, functional, easy to access line of equipment. And then Genesis, which gives you the seat and more progressions, and that longer cable travel, especially for you trainers who really want to make it dance and come to life, those full athletic movements. And Cody, thank you for helping out. Wrapping this all up and bringing it home, LiveAxis belongs on every gym floor. The ease of access, the grab and go accessibility, it just makes sense for your members. It lives in a space where we can take out your grandfather's old fixed isolated and now have LiveAxis, something dynamic for today's clientele. There's actually 10 pieces that complete the LiveAxis circuit and make it a simple step 1 all the way to step 10. All the muscles in the body, every angle you can think of, and with that simple to use technology of the LiveAxis machines.